Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Lois. In today's tutorial we are going to learn how to cut this beautiful peplum you are seeing on your screen. So if this is what you love watching, let's dive into the video. So we have from the shoulder to the chest line, from the chest line to the breastpoint, from the breastpoint to the under bust, and then we added 1.5 inches to the half cut length. So next we are going to take the neck width of 3.5 and the neck depth of 5.5, after which we are going to use armhole curve to connect. After connecting, we are going to take the shoulder slope of 3/4. After marking the 3/4, we are going to use our ruler to connect it to the neck width. Then after connecting it to the neck width, the next thing we are going to do is to go to the chest line and mark 4 inches all the way down. We are taking it from the breast point all the way down for 4 inches. So her bust span measurement is 3.5, but we are using 4 inches so that we will not add any seam allowance while cutting the fabric. Next, place your tape on the bust point, go down by 1 inch and come up by 1 inch. After that, go to the shoulder slant and mark 1.5 from that shoulder slant down, mark 1.5. Then use your armhole curve to connect from that shoulder tip down to that 1 inch we came up by at the bust point. Connecting that line, the next thing we have to do is to extend the line at that shoulder slant. Extend that line by 1.5 to avoid shortage. Next, impute the bust circumference divided by 4. Mine is 9 inches plus 1.5 that was removed, and then added 2 inches seam allowance, and then use my armhole curve to connect. So the next thing to do is to contour the under bust area. So I'm going to take 1 inch on both sides, just at that point that I placed my tape at the under bust, and then at the downside I'm going to take 1 inch at that area and half an inch on the middle side. Then I'm going to use my ruler to connect the lines. So after using my straight ruler, I'm going to use my armhole curve, and then I will place it to contour that under bust area by using it to form the curve at that under bust section. So it is time for us to impute the waist circumference, that is that under bust circumference, divide by 4, add it, then whatever you use to contour, we use 2 inches plus 2 inches seam allowance, that's total of 4 inches seam allowance. What we had at the under bust was what we used for the true waist circumference as well. Impute whatever you have from your calculation, and then after that we used our straight ruler to connect the line. So it is time for us to do our bust dart alteration. So you go to that bust point area where I placed my tape, mark 1.5 and connect it to the bust point, and after that go to the shoulder and mark half an inch all the way down. After marking the half an inch, use your ruler to connect. So the half an inch is for seam allowance. So it is time for us to cut our pattern. So if you've watched up to this point and you find this video helpful, please feel free to subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. Turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss out on any of our beautiful tutorials. If you want to learn how to convert this top to a gown, we have a video on our channel about a princess bust dart gown that has a top pocket. Feel free to check it out. You will be able to learn how you can be able to convert this pattern to a gown. So it is time for us to draft the back bundle. We brought out zip allowance of 1.5 and took the full back measurement divided by 2 and took from the shoulder to the chest line and the half length and added 1 inch seam allowance. We took the neck width of 4 inches and then took the neck depth of 2.5. And after that we used our ruler to connect and also connected the shoulder stance of 3/4. So the next thing we are going to do is to measure what we have left at then at the armhole area. then we are going to divide it by 2. After dividing it, whatever we get, we are going to mark it and go inwards by half an inch. After that, we are going to use our ruler to connect those points together. So it is time for us to put a bust measurement, that is a back bust measurement, divide by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance, and then the true waist circumference plus 2 inches seam allowance. After marking it, we have to use our ruler to connect the points together. So next, go to the true waist length and mark half an inch at that zipper side, and then connect that half an inch that you took, connect it to the upper part. So after that, it is time for us to impute our dart. So what I did was to mark for 4 inches. Then from the shoulder, I went down by 6 inches. Then I marked 4 inches and used my ruler to connect all the way down. After connecting, I will go to that downside and mark half inch and then connect it to the lines we drew earlier. So I'm using my ruler to connect those lines. So after connecting the lines, it is time for us to cut our pattern.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too.
So it is time for us to place our patterns on our fabric to cut.
I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
So it is time for us to calculate for the flay. In order for us to know what to do, we have to calculate for the flay. So the true waist circumference of her top is 30 inches. We are going to make the flay 360 degrees for the front and 360 degrees for the back. So we are dividing the circumference by 2, which is 30 divided by 2, which will give us 15 inches. We are adding 2 inches to it, which will make it 17 inches. So 17 inches divided by 6.28 will give us 278. So to get the length of the flay, we are going to separate the full length from the upper part, which is 22 minus 16, which will give us total of 6 inches. So in order for us to know the total yards or the total length of material we are going to fold, we are going to add the 278 plus 6 inches, which will give us 878 plus 1 inch seam allowance, which will give us total of 978, approximately 10 inches. So that is what we are going to fold our material to be. So after folding the fabric, we are going to cut the flay in two. That is one for the front and one for the back. So I placed the fabric on fold and marked 10 inches, and the other part I marked 11 inches. I had to fold it again, meaning the material now is folded into 4. So after folding into 4, I had to confirm the measurement to make sure that it was okay. So the next thing I did was for me to place my tape at that tip. You can see me doing, I marked 278 all the way round. After marking 278, I had to take the length of 6 plus 1 inches, which is total of 7 inches. Just see what I am doing. I marked 7 inches all the way down, and after marking the 7 inches, I had to cut it out. So after cutting the first one, I had to fold the fabric again to cut for the second one, which will be for the one for the back, and I had to add zipper allowance to it. So after that, I had to cut it. So after cutting it, I had to indicate the part that I'm going to use for the zipper allowance.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my
So it is time for us to cut the sleeve. For us to cut the sleeve, we have to take the full length of the sleeve, 23 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance for folding, and then half an inch for the upper part to join to the shoulder. So I measured from the starting point to the upper arm and then to the 3/4 length, and then I measured the circumference for the 3/4 length plus 1 inch seam allowance, then for the upper arm measurement plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then at the point of 23 inches I measured the circumference and added the seam allowance, and then after that I cross-checked at the upper part to see if it will go round the armhole circumference, and then after cross-checking it I have to cut. Then after cutting it, I will place this one that I have cut on another fabric and cut out. All our patterns are ready, both the back, the front, the sleeve, and the flare that will be attached to the upper part is all ready. So it's time for us to sew. The front side now that I placed on the table, we are going to place it just the way I place it. We are going to pin it and sew it all round. After sewing it, we are going to cut line in two, exactly like that, to turn the neckline, and after turning it, we are going to join the flare to it. Then we'll pick the back, impute our darts. After imputing our darts, we'll do same for the lining and then fix the flare. So we are done turning the linings for the front. We'll fix our foreign cup to the top, and then we'll fix our zipper. We'll join the shoulder, and then the back side of it we've also joined the flare and use bias to turn the inside so that it will be neat. Then after that we are going to use serging machine to serge the zipper area. Then after that, as you can see, the blouse is almost done. So we are going to put our sleeve, we are going to fix our sleeve to the shoulder. We are going to fix our sleeve to the shoulder. Then after fixing the sleeve to the shoulder, we are going to fold the sleeve half an inch and another half an inch, and after that we are going to couple the blouse and bring it and show you. So this is the final look of the blouse. As you can see, it is looking very beautiful. We had to use bias to turn it. We want to put it on our model for you to see. So guys, see the final look of the top we just made together. It is looking so beautiful on my model. So if you find this video helpful, please feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and please watch our other videos on our channel. Until I see you in my next video, remain blessed and thanks. Bye.